Hi, I'm Stylist and Stylish, and I'm a hairstylist, and I live in Gainesville, Florida, and I've been thinking about doing a Barbie channel for a while. So, I've been watching a lot of Barbie people, and I've collected Barbies for years. I don't know if you can tell from behind me. I've got quite a few. Those are just that's just a portion of what I have going on. But, Barbie hoarding is a real thing. Whether people want to admit it or not, that, attaching emotions to inanimate objects and then collecting them and putting them in rooms in your homes is a type of hoarding. But that's okay. We're going to accept that, negative side of ourselves and just go with it. Recently, I got turned on to these late 80s, early 90s skippers that they call big eye skippers. And before that, I wasn't really aware of that kind of skipper. I was already in my teenage years by then. I wasn't I wasn't into Barbies at that time. So I missed all that. And there's a young woman that goes by the handle of, now I know her name, but here I'm having a brain fart, whatever. I know the child name. What is the girl name? It's, Cupid. 83, Cupid 83 here on YouTube. If you're into dolls, her and her mother, the reluctant doll reviewer, do a lot of different types of dolls, go to different doll shows. It's very interesting to watch them. So she's very into Skipper, and she, hit me to the game of the Big Eye Skipper, of which I was not aware. I did not know that they didn't have a black Skipper until 1989. I found that to be very kind of sad. You know what I mean? Like that's, Generation X, they didn't have black Skipper. My generation, and then the millennials, most of them didn't either. And that's kind of crazy. So this is the first black Skipper. Her name is Homecoming Queen. As I understand it, there's two different types. One has the soft, delicate flowers, and the other one has a poofy, more hot pink kind of flowers. And it's more than likely that she has this spotting in the leg. Now, apparently in the late 80s, Mattel was taking vinyl from older dolls and melting it down into batches of new vinyl. And what happened by, trying to stretch their dollar is that some of these dolls, as they aged in the package, or it might have been a reaction between the cardboard or something in the package touching the dolls, they would get some green. But apparently quite a few dolls from that time period have that, so I don't think it's just the cardboard. I believe it's a little bit more than that. So, because I have dolls from 1983 that I've unboxed, 1978, none of them have, weird green on their legs. So I'm gonna unbox this. I'm not gonna do it on camera. I imagine there's some people that have a problem with that. Me personally, I have always liked Barbie dolls out of the box. Most of the time I buy Barbies out of the box. But as time has gone on, I found that to find a really good Barbie and get the complete thing, you have to buy it in the box. And if you want to take it out of the box, that's on you. Which I think is better. Let's go back to this, thing about inanimate objects and feelings. I think it's sad that something that was intended for a child is placed in a box and put on a shelf, and that's the end of it. No one ever uses it. The child doesn't enjoy it. But on the other hand, I'm kind of glad that some people are smart to save their dolls in boxes forever. And that way I can, take them out of the box. So I have this Skipper from 1989, and then I have this Skipper who's Baton Twirling Skipper. And apparently she's from 1992. I think she is just gorgeous. I don't know if you can see her. And I do want to take her out of the package too, but I might leave her in actually because I've got another one, a white one, blonde one, coming that she's not in the package. So she can be played with or displayed, and I think I'll use her. I might, at a later date, unbox Baton Twirling Skipper because she is just beautiful. I love her orange and fuchsia outfit. You can tell, doesn't have any spotting on her legs. So by 1992, whatever they were using at Mattel for vinyl was gone. And she comes with a few accessories. And known fact is that the other boxes for the white version of this doll had Kevin, who was Skipper's boyfriend, on her side, and Courtney, who's a cheerleader. Okay, Kevin, I think, was a basketball player. I'm still looking for him. And I haven't gotten the Courtney cheerleader yet, so those are things I want for by her side. I guess because she was black, she couldn't have a blonde-headed boyfriend. I don't know why. I mean, it's been going on since the beginning of time. And and I don't know where her friend was either. So I guess to avoid any controversy, or to avoid to have to make a black Kevin, maybe, that's maybe even a better possibility, they just left her by herself. But she's just beautiful and fine by herself. And I'm sure if she was a real person, she's like, I don't want to hang around with those people anyway. So good for her. So we're going to move on and unbox the skipper here. And I might just go ahead and do it on camera while I talk trash. And y'all can love me or leave me or hate me or whatever. I don't care. But I'm going to unbox the skipper, which she's damn near. The box is in mint condition. I highly suspect that she's going to have little spots on her legs, which is sad, but it is what it is. So she's going to have spots on her legs that, you know, I'll love her and accept her anyways and display her like there's nothing wrong with her. I mean, you can tell that her box has been through hell already. Let's see him. Although I will say, for the eBay buyer that I got her from, that it was awesome of her to wrap her in another box, because that saved me. The box ended up damaged. Now I've got both of these skippers on the way, and I believe they came out in 1988. This was the first year of this big eye skipper. So we have it's a Teen Fun, and she's a, what do they call her, the workout time skipper. She's got really poofy hair. This is the Teen Time, the big game. She's a cheerleader skipper. You see, she has really cool two-tone hair. I've got a couple of those coming because I fell in love with those too. And then we have Teen Time Party Skipper, who I also have a version that was already out of the box coming, which I'm excited about, and I got for $5, so that was a big score. And with the money went to charity. Now this one I haven't seen, or maybe I've seen, I just didn't pay any attention. It's Our Spring Dance. She's really pretty. So, and I have a Dream Date skipper who has like really poofy hair, almost like this one, but it's like it's bright blonde in the front and then brassy in the back, and then it has a hair fall that matches the pale blonde. So when you put it on, her hair looks like really long and poofy and pale blonde. It's really kind of cool. I'm a hairdresser, so to me that's like a really cool concept, to have a doll with highlights in her hair that match her wig, so everything matches up. So I won't go through this whole thing. I tend to love these little books. They tend to be a good source of Barbies that maybe you haven't seen, or accessories or play sets that you may not be aware of that you want to, you know, look at. And let's see what's up with the Homecoming Queen Skipper here. Let's see if her hair hasn't melted to the plastic, or she has, you know, dots on her legs or something like that. We're going to find out. I feel like Barbies were easier to take out of the package in a certain decade. There was a decade where they, back in the late 70s and early 80s, they would like literally like sew the plastic on the hair so it would, you know, stay neat in the package. And then if it's sat there for 20 years, well, then you've got a Barbie doll that basically, you know, it's hard to get the plastic back out of her hair. Alright, so some of her hair is taped up over here. Let me see here. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. See, she's got it. It's basically sewn in, but you can, you know, get a seam ripper or something and take all that out, and it, you know, her hair's actually in good shape. She had an elastic. This is very common. It's totally petrified and disintegrated, so if she was meant to have a ponytail, it's gone now, you know, and I'm gonna pick it out. I probably won't play with her hair too much because it seems to be in good shape. And it's never been played with, so, you know, why would I do that? So I imagine some people are gassed for taking this Barbie out of a box, but it's not like she's like the rarest doll in the world, and I doubt there's going to be a heavy demand for her. I wonder if at one time or someday, perhaps Barbie dolls will, you know, the value will go down significantly because a lot of these, you know, younger generations don't play with them like we did. And I wonder if they'll have the same nostalgia like I do for Barbie dolls, you know. But look, well, she does, look, I found it. So it's right on her leg. You see that right there? She's got a little bit of green. All right, well, I have rambled on and on forever. I think she's a beautiful doll. She's really cute. Apparently her dress, you can gather it up in the front if you pull the strings a certain kind of way or something. I'm gonna have to look it up how it was done. I don't know. Let me see here. If I can get it to do it. No. Maybe pull one string and not the other. I don't know. I've seen people do it. There it is. All right, so that goes up. Which this one? Yeah, there it is. So see, you could gather a dress up, and I imagine you could tie it or just leave these free flowing. She's a beautiful doll. I think she's adorable. Her waist is a little loose, but not super loose. I imagine the elastic in there has gotten old and decrepit. So there's that. She's a pretty doll. And that's about it for me and the first African-American skipper. Isn't she beautiful? With her big eyes. So I was really excited to get her in the mail. And here's her little shoes. And she's got a little purse. And a brush. So those are all her little accessories. And if you look at the back, let's see what we've got. Oh, that's right. She had like little cutout flowers and a fan, some makeup. I imagine all this got lost in most of these little girls. But that's the beauty of it. You know, you're supposed to use these things. But that's, thank God, some people don't. And then they got how to release the hair. Let's see if it's as easy as it was in 1989 when they came out with her. There's a little illustration, which is beautiful. They did a nice job on that. And they shot to gather up her dress, which I think her dress is pretty up or down. It's very cute. We're going to put that up. And this shows how to get the thing off the hair. So let's see if I can manage to do that in an easy way. And I will save this box. I'll put it up in another box and not use it. Oh, it's gummy. I don't know if it's going to come off or not, y'all. I don't know. See how well I follow instructions. I'm like, how do you do it? You do it my way. So it is two-sided. So you rip it off. Just like that. And there it is. Bam. Bam. I was about to knock my beautiful rose over. If you see it. Alright, so this is my first YouTube video with a doll. And I imagine that'll go over well or not at all. Either way, I don't care. I love my homecoming skipper and her beautiful homecoming gown, and I'm going to display her proudly in my cabinet and move on with my life. Y'all have a lovely day. Goodbye.